Hello and welcome to another episode of The Modern Nerd. I am Sir Slice.
I'm Merchandise.
And I'm GJC. That was kind of creepy, but okay.
And we are, as always,
That didn't come through.
It didn't pick up.
massive nerds. Damn it! I tried, but it's how it's gonna go.
All right.
All right, we're gonna talk about the Borderlands trailer. As you can see by the chaos behind us on this outline, the Borderlands trailer came out. The only reason we're talking about this trailer is because we have played every single video game that they have ever produced. Yeah, except for the second version of their, what was that? Tales from the Borderlands?
Y'all play Tales of the Borderlands?
I played the first one. I didn't play the second one.
I did not play any Tales of the Borderlands.
I've played everything except Tales of the Borderlands 2. Whatever the hell it's called. I liked the Tales 2.
But I played the shit out of the first one.
Because it was.
I think I spent more hours on the first one than both of you, and I played it later than you guys. I think I jumped on board.
You mean 2? You spent all those hours on 2.
Oh well, okay. Whichever one it was that I spent a bunch of hours on.
It was Borderlands 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was 2.
Right. Okay.
2 was by far the first.
And then I ended up hacking the Xbox. It was like, here, guys.
Yeah. All right. Before we say some our opinions, I'm going to put a thing out there that I read about the synopsis. I don't have the full synopsis in front of me, but this is not an adaptation of the game. This is an interpretation of these characters and its own individual story. Because the trailer is very, very, very. I'm saying very because I can't think of the word. Misleading. Let's go with that, because it's not about the first game of them trying to find this vault. It's about Maya. Is that right? Lilith. See, now we're on the second one again already. It's about Lilith coming back into town, Pandora, to try and find the daughter of the head of Atlas, who we never met in the games. The head of Atlas, who's played by Rodrigo. I don't know his name. Dude. So, yeah, good actor. I've seen him in a bunch of shit. I like him. So this is completely off base from the actual plot of the games. So saying that, and then having watched the trailers, it looks, if I'm being objective, like a fun, crazy romp action movie with over-the-top CGI and craziness. Do any of the characters look or feel rather like their counterparts? Maybe 2 at most. I think Lilith looks great. She's now, 54 instead of probably in her early 20s, but she looks like Lilith, and that's great. Roland looks like Roland. Claptrap sounds pretty good.
Wait, well, what? Can you back that up a little? What?
1.5 shorter.
Well, I mean, Roland looks like Roland? What?
Yeah, everyone knows Roland loves to talk like this.
I didn't say sounds. I didn't say sounds.
No, but looks like...
Roland wasn't a super tall dude. He wasn't super tall by any means in any of the games. He's shorter than
they're super tall and they're short, okay? They're super tall and they're short. And there's just regular height also. So I'm saying he wasn't short dude. He wasn't a short dude. And Roland, Roland doesn't look anything like
the outfit looks like Roland. I'll go with that. I'll say the costume. Okay. Kevin Hart is too short to be Roland. Agreed. Claptrap sounds and looks great. Weird. Krieg looks fine. I don't know what he's going to talk about. I don't know why he's in the game. It's just whatever.
Smash.
Yeah. And then what was it? I'm excited for Tannis because I love Jamie Lee Curtis. I think she can do anything.
How the fuck did they get her for this?
I know, right?
Kate Blanchett for this. Like,
they must have thrown a lot of money at him.
Yeah. And then who's the last one? Tiny Tina looks absolutely. I like Ariana Greenblatt. She was great in Barbie movie.
Yeah, she was in Barbie.
Great in everything else she's done. This, from what I've seen so far, it's not Tiny Tina. It doesn't make any sense, but whatever. The action looks cool. Yeah, that's kind of it. I liked Jamie Lee Curtis. Oh, and Moxie looked good. Did you guys see what's his name? Jacobs. Is that his name? The guy who run Marcus. Marcus was in the trailer for a second.
Guns.
Yeah, I don't know who Bobby Lee's gonna play. That's fucking weird to me that he can still get work.
Did you guys know that Dutch from Red Dead Redemption 2 is the guy as Marcus.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome.
That's awesome.
He's great.
What do you think, Dan?
I don't know, man. Fucking. Okay. Can you imagine like being in like the costumes department and like working real hard on like what you're like trying to do, and then just seeing the rest of this shit play out? Like, I did my part. What the fuck have y'all been doing? That's kind of how I feel. The costumes look pretty solid, but like, I don't know. The environment looks pretty good. This looks to be like a fun, Guardians of the Borderlands. It's really the vibe I'm getting. I like Jack Black. Sure, make him Claptrap. That seems like a huge plus, honestly, even though I don't know how I feel about it. Tiny Tina, not. It felt like when they cast Timothy Chalamet as Wonka. Like, it's just like this really just.
I still haven't seen that. I should watch it.
It's just not working for me. Lilith looks good. I think she'll do fine.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis is Tannis. I mean, she's gonna do everything she can as long as they let her do her thing. Where the fuck is Brick and Mordecai? How you not gonna cast the two OGs like in the movie? Whatever. You saying it was a reinterpretation helps. I still think this is gonna be an absolute stinker, and we will not talk about it outside of 6 months after its release.
Probably. George?
I don't know. They got like half the cast of Jumanji together to do this, so well, I'll give them some credit on that. Problem is they don't have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who probably should have played like Brick. Yeah, like I don't understand how you couldn't convince Dwayne to show up for this.
We've talked about this before. If he was Brick, then the movie would be about Brick. That's what would happen. That's the only way Dwayne would be in this movie.
I guess. But my point is like I don't understand how you find you get half of Jumanji, but you don't get the most important part to come back.
You remember that time when Brick would like raise his eyebrow? Like, yeah. Brick raises his eyebrow a lot.
This seems like the kind of
movie.
What?
Who else from Jumanji's in this movie other than Kevin Hart?
Jack Black.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. I don't see him, so I don't register.
Okay, it's him. But I mean, Jack Black. So half the cast is already there. You could have gotten Dwayne. You could have swung for the fences, but you didn't. Okay, so I get it. All right.
Karen Gillan to do Lilith. You could
have it could have been okay that way. It was just, and this seems like the same style of movie that would have worked nicely. But okay, I get it. Whatever. You don't want it to be the same movie, but
fucking movie, dude.
Yeah, same thing as Dan said. Great looking costumes. I'm okay. I think there's a lot of I brought this up with Tim is like there's a lot of things that are getting used just for like the IP itself, like the imagery, like, oh, you might never have played Borderlands or Halo, for example, but you certainly recognize Chief or like Lilith or some of the main characters from the show or the game, I mean. So like let's just steal that IP and do our own fucking thing. And that's exactly what this is too. In that same vein, where it's like we take these recognizable IPs and we're just going to do our own thing, which is fine. Whatever, you do your own thing.
Yeah,
I will say this. I like bad action movies. I do. They're bad, but they have action and there's chaos and decent CGI. Like the action looks fine. That's it. You see her jumping over the thing like some box, and she's got the gun that has the dual barrels that keep spinning, which, as we all know from the second one, if you get the gold version is the infinite ammo gun. But like it's just I don't know. Like knowing this isn't an exact remake of that first game is great because that first game's story was bad. Like in the end, we're like, you're like, what the fuck, man? And then the second one, you're like, this is a story. And then and then they do more, and you're like, what the hell's going on? So we'll see. Am I gonna go watch it? Yes. Am I a sucker? Yes. But whatever. We'll see how it goes with me.
That's a good point, Tim. The stories were never that good to begin with. They did one good story one time. So I mean.
And it had a lot actually to do with the villain.
Yeah. That really was riding all on him.
It really was riding on him and how much you hated him. And you're like, damn, I want to fucking kick this guy's ass.
The only reason I want a sequel is Handsome Jack.
Of course.
Like, I would love to see them go up against Handsome Jack. And I want to see more characters. Maya and That's it. You know,
I
but
just
whatever.
hope they don't fuck it up like Ultron. You know, like
Mordecai.
I really liked Avengers 1, but I was like excited to see Ultron, and then like it kind of fell flat.
You know
So I hope they don't fuck it up like that.
You know, I'm not excited about this though. It's Eli Roth who
Who's
wrote
Eli
and
Roth?
directed this. He's a horror movie guy and not a good horror
what does he
movie
do?
guy.
Eli Roth has a
Hostel.
bunch of misses, is what she had.
Okay.
Hostel was his biggest thing, and that movie that came out earlier in the year, Thanksgiving. Do you remember that horror movie trailer?
Oh, it's on Netflix.
He did that, he did that as well. He's got a lot of really bad movies. I think Hostel was his biggest thing because it was at the time slightly different than what was coming out in that genre. It is not by any means necessarily new or inventive, but it was different than what was being pushed because that was a heavy time for like Paranormal Activities and like ghosty type things, and he went back to like slasher creepy fucking roots, and it wasn't good. It was not good. He's, if you want to know who he is, you remember Inglorious Bastards? You remember the Jew bear who comes clanking out of the thing, and he's really an intimidating figure, and he smashes this dude's head, and then he opens his fucking mouth and ruins and ruins the whole thing. He is Tarantino's friend, and that's why he is a writer and director, because Tarantino gave him a shot in like Grindhouse, and from one of his shorts he put him in Grindhouse. His name got out, and then someone was like, yeah, he knows Tarantino, let's give him a movie, and now he's fucking everything up. Anyway, this movie's out. It will come out. Stay tuned. In 6 months when the movie's out, we'll talk about it again, and yeah, you won't hear word one of us talking about it again. If you had a good time, we've been the Modern Nerd, and I guess you watched.